See, one moment. Shalom, shalom. One moment, we're getting things together. We'll be with you. Sure, this thing works. Hey, I got it. A lot of events down here today. We gonna, yeah, yeah. Let's see if I was shouting. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. One moment, we getting things together. They got a lot of events down here today, but we're gonna speak loud and clear to bring out the prophecies. Give our people the warning. The Lord they calling on is a false God. They err, not knowing the scriptures. Rapid paraphrase. Okay, that's it. All right. Let me know when you're ready, my God. We're going to get done. Oh, let's put out. And don't hit my truck. Okay? All right. Stand back. All right. Great. Let me. I want to be seen. Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go. Shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great. But before we get started, let's give our honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, and give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who brought us 100% truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered across the four corners of the earth. Again, shalom. Shalom. Now, as always, we're going to start off with the 12 tribe sign chart of Israel, starting with the head tribe. Judah, the so-called Negroes, Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, Levi, the so-called Haitians, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans, the Panamanians, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, Gad, the so-called North American and Indian tribe, Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians and Chileans, Asher, the so-called Colombians and Uruguayans, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. If you see that your father comes from the seed of one of these 12 tribes, turn back to the truth.
Right. That's the message. The message is always repent, repenting and turning back to your power. And we speaking the words of prophecy as we do week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom because it has to go down. You see? All right. So read that scripture, my brother.
Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh, worship thy power. For the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy.
Yeah, the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy, and that's what we are here to do, to prophesy, to let you know what's going to happen before it happens. Who else have been telling you from about 20 years or so about the MOTB being the sea hill? You see, it started with the head men of GMS, you see, right on down to the local camps of GMS and the affiliates who have learned this truth from the great men of GMS to come out here to eat the road and go speak to Yahweh Shema Shai's people, to give his people the warning. The MOTB is the sea hill. You see, we don't associate ourselves with anybody who is, with subject for changing their doctrine. You see, there's a scripture on that, my brother. I need to pull up. Meddle not with those who are given to change. Roughly paraphrasing the board. Let me see if I can get it real quick. We don't do that. You know, GMS has always spoken about the MOTB is being the sea hill, according to Revelation 13, 16 through 17. You see, the message has always been the same. You know, we stand firm on the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem our Shai. You know, you found it yet? No, let me get it. Meddle not with those that are given to change. Scripture. Roughly paraphrasing. I think it's Proverbs 24:21. I think it is. My son feels. Yeah. Proverbs 24:21. Check that out. Yeah, that's it. Read it. Read it. Pull up the King James version, and then pull up the NLT. Let's get it both ways. King James first.
Proverbs 24:21. My son, fear thou the Lord and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change.
See, we fear Yahweh Ba'ashem our Shai. We fear him so much so that we're going to speak the words that he has told us, his servants, the prophets, to speak. You see, we're not going to come up and speaking from our own mindset or feeding you from our bellies, what we think. We don't trust in our wisdom and our own wisdom. We fear Yahweh Ba'ashem our Shai, so therefore we're going to tell you what thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. You see, there's a lot of camps out here that's speaking contrary to what the Most High has given them to speak and to prophesy and to teach. You know, but you got the great men of GMS. We don't connect with those type of people. You know, with the people that's given the change. The great men of GMS do not do that. You see, they do not connect with false teachers. You see, and we are speaking and teaching the same identical doctrine as the great men of GMS. We don't connect ourselves, associate ourselves with false teachers, teaching our people lies. And we don't matter with that type of nonsense. Read that again, my brother.
My son, fear thou the Lord and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change.
See? And meddle not with them that are given to change. Saying that they're going to be in the Jacob's trouble. Saying that the sea hip is, saying that the MOTB is not the sea hip. Saying that it's a barcode. Saying it's a sin. Saying everything but what thus say the Lord, thus say the Bible. It's perfectly clear. It's a, it's a charagma. It's something that's placed inside of your body. It's not a spiritual thing. It's actually something that's going to be placed inside of you. You see? So, and that's the truth of the matter. You see? All right. Now let's go back. Where were we reading there? Okay. That's how I want to leave there. Let's move on. Let's go to all right. Let's go to Ezekiel 37. Let's go to Ezekiel 37. Hey. Because this is the time we're living in.
Ezekiel 37.
Yeah, and 1. Read.
Ezekiel 37 and 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and went and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
All right. Ezekiel had a vision. You see? Ezekiel the prophet had a vision, and the Lord gave him the vision. And what he said, go back to the first verse again, my brother.
The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley.
The midst of the valley is the nation of Israel. Sure, the Lord gave Ezekiel a vision about the nation of Israel. You see? And what does it read, my brother? Down in the midst of, read from there.
Down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Those bones. You see, America. Ezekiel saw, the nation Israel in America. You see? What else?
And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
See, a lot of Israel was in this. This valley is also American. It's a low place. It sits, a low place always sits in between or between high mountains and such. You see? All right. So this is the valley. This is the valley that the Bible is speaking of, which is America. You see, right here in America in these end times. All right, read on, my brother.
And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answer, O Lord, thy power thou knowest.
See, he wanted to know if the nation of Israel can live, because he saw a lot of dead, dry bones in this valley, in this land of shadow of death, which we're the same valley that's in what's that? Psalms 23. Let's go there, my brother. Let's go to Psalms 23 real quick. You see, we still in this valley of dry bone. A lot of our people are still are walking around dead as dry bone. Don't have this this wisdom, this knowledge, and understanding of this Bible, these scriptures. Still walking around sleep, dead. Empty of the breath of life. Don't have the oil. You see, to know that they are Israelites. They are the Most High, special and chosen people. You see, going back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You see, read that, my brother. Did you get that? Read the fourth verse.
Psalms 23 and 4. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
That's the Bible, and the understanding of the Bible too, and that's King David. Sin. This that's seeing America in a dead state. You see, you're seeing the Israelites in America in a dead state. Salaki, get my words all twisted up. You see, this is the valley of the shadow of death. We're in it right now. You see, and you need and we need this oil, the true prophets. You see, to give us the 100% truth. You see, all right. Where were you? Go back to Ezekiel. Go back to Ezekiel and read 3 again. Can these bones live? You see? And he said, what? Thou knowest. You see, they were so dry and so destitute of life and understanding, you know, Ezekiel couldn't even know. He couldn't figure it out. You see? Ezekiel 37 and go to 3. Yeah, Ezekiel 37 and 3, my brother. Read.
And Ezekiel 37 and 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thy power thou knowest.
Because those bones are so destitute of life, so deprived of life and understanding, you know, as our people are today, 2/3 of our people are like that now. They have no knowledge of the true power. Don't want to learn the true power. They are hard-headed, stiff-necked people. You see? And they, you know, the angel asked Ezekiel, can these bones live? They were so, you know, in a bad state that he didn't know. You know, he said, thou knowest, you know. See, read on, my brother.
Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Salah.
And that's what the prophets are sent out to do, to prophesy to these dry bones in the shadow of death, which is America, aka Babylon the Great. You see, we are here to do a job. We are here to do what thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. And so see, we have to breathe this breath of life on. You see, our people are void of life right now. 2/3 of our people. Right? All right, read.
And I will lay
Sinew
upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live, and you shall know that I am the Lord.
See, that's what the Lord has done for his elect right now. And he's bringing in his elect and all, you know, even now. You see? He put, he's giving them the breath of life, and they're coming back to life. You know, they have come back to life. You see? The elect, we have this oil, this understanding of the truth. We know who our true power is. We know his name. And we are propagating his name week in and week out and every day, making videos, telling our people to repent, to turn back. You see? That's what this is about. Now, hold on, my brother. Go to Ezekiel 3. Let's go to Ezekiel 3, chapter 3. Yeah, and read 3 and start with 1.
Ezekiel 3 and 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat thou the finest roll, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
See? And that's why he has commanded, Son of Man, that's his prophets, his servants. We have learned this truth, and we are going out on the highways and the hedges, teaching our people this 100% truth. See, he told Ezekiel, go out and speak to these people. You see, eat what thou findest. He told Ezekiel, because he called Ezekiel into this ministry. You see? All right, read that again, my brother.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
That's this Bible. That's this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of this Bible. We are to learn it and go out and tell our people and teach it to our people. You see, they don't understand it, don't have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of this Bible. You see? Read on, my brother.
So I opened my mouth, and he causeth me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowls.
Bowels.
with this roll that I give thee.
And that's your mind. That's your mind. Your mindset. You know, you got to, when we were taught this Bible, from our elder apostles, we learned this, and we filled our minds with the 100% truth. You see, you're filling up your mind. You want to saturate your mind in these truths of these scriptures. You see, you don't want to continue to keep the same mindset that you once had. You see, you want to, your mind has got to change, Israel. You see, you can't continue to call on Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha, Santa Maria. You can't continue to walk the way you once walked when you was in the world. That means that your mind hasn't changed. You see, that means that you haven't repented. If you're going to go back to the Christian, so-called Christian churches, sitting under those Christian pastors, knowing that you're an Israelite, yeah, but knowing that, but you're still calling on false gods, you got to eat this roll. Read that again, my brother.
And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel. And
Yeah.
And he said,
No, go back to 3. And he said, yeah.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee.
And that's the 100% truth of these scriptures. You see, that's his wisdom and knowledge and understanding, which will stabilize you. You see, as you go out and, and teach. You see, you won't have stability in your life. You're not going to have stability calling on Jesus Christ or some other false god. You see, the Lord, the Lord has sent his men out to teach. You see, to prophesy. All right, read, my brother.
And he said,
finish that 3. Read for 3 again.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Yeah, you found out you was an Israelite. That's sweet. You found out you were, Yahweh Shem Al-Shai's chosen people. That's sweet. You see? And read on.
And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel.
No, read that part again, my brother. Read that again. Start from the top.
Read 3 again.
No. Was that what you were reading? Or you had gone to 4?
They both start with, and he said unto me. They both start on.
No, start with 4.
That's what I would start on. And he said,
oh, I'm sorry. Go back to 3. Yeah, read 3 again.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Okay, read on.
And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
Yeah, and that's what he commanded us to do. Pull that up, my brother. Hold that right there and pull that up in the Apocrypha. You see, we pull that up in Apocrypha, the 15th chapter, second Ezra, the 15th chapter, the first verse. You see, we are commanded to come out here on the highways and the hedges, speak in the ears of the Lord's people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. You see? You got it?
2 Ezra 15.
And 1. Read, if you got it.
2 Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right? What is prophecy? You say before something happens. All right? And that's what we are here to do, to give you the warning. Read.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
All right? Read on. Read some more.
And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
This is that road. You see? His word was placed in the confines of this holy Bible. This is the road. This is the modern day road. You see? Eat this road. You see? And that's what the prophets, the elect men are doing. You see? All right, read on, my brother.
Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Right? We don't care what people think of us or how the bad looks that we get. You see, we don't think we don't care about their what they plan and their cruel way of wanting to do us bodily harm. We're not going to let that stop us. You see, it says the Lord is telling his prophets, don't fear this. You see, don't fear when people are, even when people are trying to do you bodily harm and trying to set you up in some way, some form or fashion. You see, we don't allow those things to what you call it, perpetuate, or in a way to not to perpetrate. It's to make something hard. Anyway, we don't allow them to what is that word I'm looking for, man?
Procrastinate.
No, it's when you so scared you can't move. You see, but that's the point of it. Anyway, we don't allow fear to stagnate us or to make us, not come out on the highways and the hedges. You see, we don't fear these type of imagination. Read on, my brother.
Oh, thank the Lord. But I'm at 4. They want me to read 3.
Read 3 again.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Let
Right,
speak against thee.
right. Because they definitely speak against us when they scoff and mock. When they call us names. When they false accuse us. You see the great thing. All that kind of business. Read on, my brother. Is that all of that? Read.
Yeah, the 3.
Read 4. What's 4 got?
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. All of the unfaithful is going to die in their unfaithfulness. You see, but they're not going to believe us. Their incredulity, their non-belief of these scriptures, of the prophets out here telling you the 100% truth, but yet you're going to continue to ignore them or to continue to scoff and mock and to pronounce bad things on his service to prophets when we are here, doing what thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. We're not fearing that. You see, we're not going to allow that to stop us from teaching and preaching. But we also know that there's going to be a time when there's a famine of the word. And that's when we're going to come off the street. And that's when we're going to stop teaching. Our tongues are going to cleave to the roof of our mouth, so roughly paraphrasing. Because the Lord is going to bring us off the street. You see, he's going to shut the doors of mercy from you wicked 2/3 Israelites who will not hear the sound doctrine. You see? So we're going to continue to be out here on the highways and the hedges. Now, my brother, was that all of that? All right, go back to, let's go back to, where were we? It's Ezekiel 3:1. Ezekiel 3:3. Read 3 and 3 again, my brother.
Ezekiel 3:3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
That's right. And it was in our mouth as honey for sweetness too. And it's still sweet to us to know that we are the true people of the Bible, that we are the ones that the Lord loves, that we are the chosen ones. You see, and hopefully we are, when we pray that we are of the elect. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. You see, we're sighing and crying for all the abomination done in this wicked kingdom. They call good evil and good evil good. They got things turned upside down, these wicked Edomites. You see, running the base man, running society, running the earth. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. You see, we understand these things. Read. But, it's a beautiful thing to us to do this work and to know that the Lord is still working with us as we put out videos every day, coming out here on the highways and the hedges. We pray that the Lord don't bug us out. You see, loving the brethren. You see, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. You see, we know that the laws and statutes and commandments are not going to save us. You see, and we understand that we are not in the new covenant because we don't have our bodies of immortality yet. We still go off, we still sin. You see, but we ask for forgiveness. The Lord has continued. You know, we thank Yahweh Hashem our Shah for putting the spirit of reconciliation on us, that we can ask for forgiveness and get right with, get back in line with Yahweh Hashem our Shah, our true power. Read for my brother.
And he said, Ezekiel 3 and 4, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them.
See, that's why we are here. We have gone out to the house of Israel. We're reaching out. We're proclaiming this gospel. You see, this good news to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. We are proclaiming this good news for you. You see, we're out here to speak to you, to tell you that this is the time of mercy. You see, this is the time that you can seek the Lord. This is the time that the Lord may be found. You see, by when these prophets come off the street, that means the doors of mercy are over. You know, you're going to reap the benefit. You're going to reap the disaster and the destruction that's prescribed for you. You see. So, but you have an opportunity now. You see, but this opportunity will not always be there. Yeah, we are the doom and gloom prophets. You see, and then we're not biting our tongue. You know, we're coming to give it to you, just like the Bible has prescribed for us to give it to you. Be out here on the highways and the hedges. You see, all right. Read.
For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
See, you can understand these words that's coming out of our mouths. Gonna remind me of that. Kind of remind. What's that? Who said that thing? That was Chris.
You understand the words
Yeah.
coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. Sorry. Salakia, my brother. Let me get back. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You can understand the words that are coming out of our mouth. You see, we're speaking English. You understand English. You know, even at the northern tribe, they understand a lot of English. You see, and also too, we got other camps out here under GMS and the affiliates that know other tongues and things that's teaching this word, this 100% truth. They have learned under the great men of GMS, you see. But read that again, my brother.
For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Yeah, only to the house of Israel. He didn't say go to the heathen nations and try to teach them this truth. Only thing we got to tell them is what their end's going to be, their future, which is slavery. You see, but we have hope for the elect on this side. You see, and the 1/3. You see, that's the reason we are out here. Read, all right, read, my brother.
Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
See, I guarantee you, if the Lord has chosen another heathen nation of this truth, they wouldn't be out here. They wouldn't be going off the way Israel going off. You see, they would have taken heed to this truth. You see, but our people, what do our people do? They discard it. They trample upon it. You see, this truth is for you, Israel. You see, the Lord has given a lot of examples in these scriptures, how you are and how you should be. You see, you're being wicked, you're being obstinate, you're being hard-headed. You see, you're being stubborn to continue in your wickedness. You see, read, my brother. They got some kind of event going on down here. They're kind of loud, aren't they?
Somebody preaching up there.
Yeah, doing something.
7.
Yeah, read 7.
But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and are hard hearted.
See, that's right. See, the house of Israel wouldn't hearken, hard headed. They don't want to listen. They have a lot of unbelief going on. You see, but it's gonna hurt you in the long run, Israel. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna come back in the kingdom from the nutsacks of the elect men, and you're gonna be walking around with your head hung down in shame for a very long time. And as the Apostle Tahar always say, he's gonna say, you'll be all right. I know you didn't listen to me, us out there on the highways in the hedges. You didn't believe us, and you worked against us as well. But you'll be all right. I don't want to be one of those. Lord willing, we'll continue in this truth. I want I want to be, of course, and I pray for all of the elect men, that we stay firm in this truth. Keep doing this work. Keep coming out here on the highways in the hedges. Stay in order. Keep prophesying and praying. You see? Read it again, my brother.
But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard hearted.
The house of Israel is impudent and hard-hearted, right? Where? They're impudent and hard-hearted. You see? That's a terrible thing. You got true men out here, true prophets out here, giving you the 1% truth, teaching, making lessons every day, giving you the 411, telling you that the CBDC, central bank, a digital currency, they got to crash this dollar in order for them to get that all set up. You see? We're telling you that what? The MOTB is the sea hill. Giving you the 411, telling you that World War III, you see? Telling you, and you're seeing the beginnings of sorrows already. There has been countless earthquakes that has been happening. You see? But no one is paying attention. They still over there, just like those people across over there, preaching Jesus Christ. And he got a few people looking at him, and listening to him. That nonsense. You see? Wasting their time. And you got prophets over here telling you the 1% truth, telling you to prepare yourself and to call on the true power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai, so you can escape the things that are coming. This judgment that's coming. Jacob's trouble. We're telling you that Jacob's trouble is going to happen. All right? But yeah, you are impotent. You are hard-headed. You don't want to listen. You see? So therefore, you're going to reap that judgment. That you're going to reap it because you've sown it for yourself. You see? All right. Okay. Let's go to Jeremiah 30, man. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. Talk about some Jacob's trouble. You got it? Go to what, 4? Let me see. Hold on a minute. Let's see what I want. Jeremiah. All right, yeah. Start with let's go to 30 and start with 1.
Jeremiah 30:1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord thy power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book.
That's the Bible. That's the Holy Bible right here that we're reading from. You see, the Lord always come to his servants, his prophets, and give him the instruction what he should do and what he should teach. You see, the Lord said he would give you pastors that will speak his mind. Let's go there. Jeremiah 3 and 15. Give me that real quick. Hold that and give me that. Because the Lord has, it has made a way out for his elect men and his 1/3, consisting of, women, men, women, and children. You see that he's going to say, man, they're getting louder and louder over there. And they got some kind of Christian music. All right. Wait, give me that Jeremiah 3 and 15, my brother.
Jeremiah 3 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
See, that's compassion that the Lord has on his elect. He's only for his elect because he know that 2/3 of his people are going to be impudent, stiff-necked, hard-hearted. They're not going to listen. So therefore, the Lord, he just going to do away with them on this side. They'll come back though, because all of Israel, ultimately, all of Israel is going to be saved. All of Israel is going to have a new body, But Lord willing, I want to be going around. I want to be in the kingdom on the first go round. You see, and I hope the men of GMS and the affiliate camps, the brethren that's sincere and teaching this truth, on the highways and the hedges, risking their lives. You see, I have given up homes, families, jobs, careers for this truth to be out here on the highways and the hedges. You see, that's what we pray for. You see, read that again, my brother.
Jeremiah 3 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
See, that's what the pastors are going to feed you with, knowledge and understanding. Just 100% true. You're not going to speak the things that are coming from your own belly. You're not going to speak the things that you were taught as a child in school, elementary school, high school, and these so-called Sunday school that, we once, have gone to in our lifetime. We set all that nonsense aside. That's garbage. That's rubbish. You see, we know the truth now. You see, we know that, our true power has a Hebrew name. We know what he looks like, according to the scriptures. You see, his name is Yahweh, and his son name is Yahweh Shai. Not no Jesus Christ, not no Allah Buddha. And this is what we're teaching our people. You see, we're speaking this in the ears of our people even now. Yet they continue over there to want to call on Jesus Christ and listen to some kind of Christian rapper. I don't know what that kind of music is over there. But anyhow, let's go back to that. Let's go back to was you finished with that? Okay. All right. Go back to Isaiah. I'm not Isaiah, but Jeremiah 30 and 1. Read that again. Go ahead.
And 1?
Yes. Jeremiah 30 and 1.
Jeremiah 30 and 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord thy power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land.
See, that's what the Lord is going to do. And the land, I will finish that, my brother. I'm sorry.
To the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
All right, that's right. See, we're not in our land now. The Lord is going to take us back to our land. We're not going to, that's the both northern and southern kingdom. You see, we were separated, with Yahushua, who is King Solomon's sons, King Solomon's son, who, his name was Rehoboam. You see, he took wicked counsel. You see, he didn't listen to the elders that served, that served with Yahushua as King Solomon. He took on a wicked counsel from his uh, those young brothers, you know, that he grew up with. Let's get there. Where's that at? I'm gonna get it. They got that shit going, don't they? God damn. I think that's in Samuel. Is it? Let me read it. Let's go to it. It's in Samuel. I don't know if it's first or second. I think it's Samuel. Hold that though. Let me see. No, just yeah. Hold that. I'm gonna get this. Uh, God damn. They got that slave music going on too, boy. That chicken head gospel. That shit I used to play. Man, got that chicken head music. Okay, hold on. You know that shit? I'm gonna find it in a minute, guys. I had it.
Second Samuel.
It is. I'm there now. I'm in second Samuel now. Absolutely. Yeah, it's in second Samuel. There you go. King. Ah, it's in King. No, it's in King. I'm there. Hold on. I'm gonna get it in a minute. Oh, here we are. Give me First King 12:1. Read that. We're gonna tell you when the 12 tribes separated.
First King 12:1. And
Rehoboam,
Rehoboam went to
Shechem.
Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king.
Mm-hmm.
And it became
That's King Solomon's son. Rehoboam became king. All right, read on.
and it came to pass when
Jeroboam.
Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and
Go ahead.
Jeroboam
Yeah.
Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt.
Because he had to get away from King Solomon because King Solomon was going to get him. All right.
That they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and called all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous.
Yeah, they had to do a lot of laborious tasks back then. You know, they were taxed very heavily. You know, read.
Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
See that right? See, you know, nobody wants to be on heavy taxes all the time. You see, and that was his own people. You see, read.
And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, and then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men and stood before Solomon his father.
See, these are the wise old men that stood before King Solomon, gave him good counsel. See, one thing you don't want, if you're going to have a men around you with positions and such, you want somebody there to be frank, be candid, and be honest with you. You don't need yes men. Yes men would only give you wrong counsel. You know, you don't want to, and you don't want to line yourself up with a whole lot of, young-minded men. You see, young-minded men, they very emotional. They impetuous. They make rash decisions. You see, they have an experience of self-control and temperance, and they are flawed to handle. You see, and make a rash decision without thinking. You see. So, and this is what Rehoboam did when he wouldn't listen to the wise men that served under his father. Read.
Well, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye?
No, start that. Read that again. Start with 5.
And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old man that stood before Solomon his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people?
Mm-hmm. And what did they say?
And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he,
Yeah, see, if he would speak well to them and treat them right, you know, you would have they will stay with you. They will be a good servant unto you. You see, but what? But what happened?
but he forsook the counsel of the old men.
See, he forsook the counsel of the old men. The old men had given King Rehoboam good, sound wisdom counsel, but he forsook it. You see? All right, read on.
and and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
See, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, which stood before him. See, they were boys. You see, you don't, and perhaps yes men, things like that. Read on, my brother.
And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter?
And what the young man tell him, that what kind of counsel? Listen at this counsel that the young man gave the king Rehoboam to say to the 10 tribes. You see?
And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee. Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins.
Mm-hmm. Well, read on.
And now, whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke with my father had chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
Man, won't that some wicked counsel? You see, that was wicked counsel. That caused the 10 nations to depart from Israel out of Jerusalem. All right, and then now, let's see. Read on, my brother. Let's see. So Jerome and all the people came to Jerome the third day. Okay, but anyway, they departed. I'm not going to read anymore. If you get a chance, read it. It's interesting. It's to teach us life, to teach us wisdom. You see, where were we, my brother? Wait, let's go back to where we were. What were we? We were at where were we? Was it Jeremiah?
Yeah, I think either Jeremiah was there.
No, I think it was Jeremiah 30. We were let's see.
On the app. I can't go back to the
Okay.
It sent me back to the back of the
Okay, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let's go back. Jeremiah 30. I think you were at 3. You had done 3. Read 3 again. Jeremiah 30 and 3.
Jeremiah 30 and 3.
Yeah.
For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land and that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
See, the southern and northern tribes together going to be reunited. As to where they separated themselves after King Solomon died, but that was prophecy. That was the will of the Lord. You see, nothing happens outside of the will of the Lord. You're not going to catch the Lord, the Lord sleeping, Yahweh Shem Al Shai, or things going to catch him by surprise or any of that. Don't think that. Don't think that, the devil is more, the spiritual demon, Satan, is more powerful then Yahweh Hashem, then the Lord. He's not. He works for the Lord. He's in order. You see, a lot of people want to put, that say that there was a war in heaven and all that kind of stuff. That hasn't happened yet. You see, that's the Armageddon. We're going to get to it. You see, but nonetheless, a lot of people think that Satan had his own will and he did, some kind of mythical, event, that's untrue. You see, all right. So everything works under the order and under the authority of Yahweh Bashim Shah is my point. All right. Now let's go. Let's go to read on, brother, 4.
And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
Read. Right. Again, northern and southern tribe, the all 12 tribes. These are the words that the Lord spake concerning, right here. And these words are going to be done. This event is going to happen right here in America, aka Babylon the Great. Read.
But thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace.
All right, and this is going to happen, as I said, this is going to take place right here in America. This is where the bulk of all the tribes are. You have all the tribes here in America. And there's something that's going to take place, which is Jacob's trouble. You see, it's going to take place in America. And it's going to cause a lot of strong men to buckle down, to tremble. Read.
Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail.
And travail.
And all faces are turned into paleness.
Because they have no hope. All right, let's go to hold that, my brother. We're going to go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to the Apocrypha and bring out some of this stuff. Go to the Apocrypha. Let's, 2nd Ezra 16 chapter. Let's go here. Let's go to, let's start with, let's start with 1668. Okay, hold on. Read that again and then go there. Read what you had in Jeremiah. Read Jeremiah 6 again. Ask ye now.
Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child.
As though a man is going to be in labor pains, holding his hands on his stomach. Read that again.
Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail.
Yeah, as though he's having labor pains. No, you don't normally see that. You see, but you're going to see it in these times. Read on, my brother, and then we go there. There's no hope. He's not going to have any answer. He's going to be in complete confusion. Read.
And as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Read 7.
Yeah.
At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
But Jacob will be saved out of it. A lot of bad times, bad events are going to be taking place, Israel. But Jacob is going to be saved out of the elect of Jacob is going to be saved out of it. There's a remnant that's going to be saved, and it's the elect men and the 1/3 women and children. It's going to be saved. Now let's go to 2nd Ezra, 16th chapter, 68th verse.
2nd Ezra 16 and 68.
Right.
For behold, the Most High Himself is the judge. Fear Him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities. To meddle no more with them forever. So shall.
Read the wrong thing.
2nd Ezra 16 and 68.
No, 68. 68.
I'm reading 6-7. Wait, what am I reading?
Oh no.
Wait, 2nd Ezra 16 and 68.
Go ahead.
Second Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
See, that means they're going to take you away. They're going to come at you, Israel. And they're going to, and they're going to, what's that idol thing? That see him, the MOTB, abominable foods, things like that, that burning great wrath. They're gonna, they're gonna send those Gurga troops, militia groups. You see, all of these things are going to take place. Bad times. Men are really going to be, people are going to be uncertain where to go, where to run to, where to call, who to help them to have safety and food, water. You see, but when those those Gurkha troops take you to these camps, these holding facilities, so to speak, they're going to feed you. They're going to offer you this so you can get that. And you know what this is? It's that C here, the MOTB, or else you don't get that. And a lot of people are going to get tortured. You see, so you're going to, only way to escape this and the things that are coming upon this earth is for you to be of the elect, or 1/3 that the Lord has called into this truth. That's just how it is, Israel. And if you don't know the name, you're not of the elect. If you're not, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, you're not of the elect. You see, that's all to it, And if you're not out here on the highways and the hedges making videos, not of the elect. See, men, that's for the men now, not for the women. Women, you stay in order. You see, there's some sisters out there that are in order. You see, there's some sisters that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. That's treating their men right too. There are some, they are very few, far in between. You see, but the Lord has the one that He's going to, say. We already understand that, right? All right, read on, my brother.
And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot.
Once you give in to his, his image worship and his MARK, he ain't gonna have no more use for a lot of you, because they're trying to reduce the population anyway. You see, these are the things that you have to know, Israel. You're not going to understand these. You're not going to know these things unless you listen to and adhere to what the prophets are telling you. See, these secrets, these mysteries has been given to the prophets. As I said, as I read earlier, we read it earlier, Jeremiah 3:15. You see, let's go back there one more time. Jeremiah 3:15. Because this is what thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible.
Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which I feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Mm-hmm. See, the prophets are feeding you with knowledge and understanding that will stabilize you. Isaiah 33:6. But look what they're going to feed you. Look what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is going to feed you. You see, he said, read that again, my brother. In the start with 68 again. See, the prophets are out here feeding you the truth, a way to escape this here that's coming up. But our people will continuously want to stay over there and listen to a Jesus Christ sermon. You see, but this is what's going to happen. You see, read that, my brother. Read that again.
Second Ezra 16 and 68.
Mm-hmm.
For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
See, that's what they're going to do. They're going to feed you feed you being idle over there listening to that Christian that Christian garbage. You see, you been you're gonna get fed with more garbage as well. You see, feed you being idle. You're over there idly listening to something that's not gonna do you any good, Israel. You see, but here, but with things offered unto idols, you're worshiping an idol God. You see. Now read on, my brother. Read that next one.
And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot.
See, when they caught you off into that holding camp, they're going to put something in you. And then they're not going to have any use for you. Because when you had liberty and opportunity to receive this, you despised it. So give me your verse, my brother.
Sirach 5 and 7. Make no tyrant to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
You want it? All right, read it again. In the day of vengeance, don't put off. Don't keep on putting it off, Israel. Don't procrastinate. Time is short. You see, once you hear this gospel, this good news, this is the time to, inquire more about it. Learn what Yahweh Ba'ashem, learn what your true power name is. His Hebrew name. Don't scoff and mock at it. See, you want to receive this and pray that the Lord keep you in it once you receive it. Don't be as like the sow seed on shallow ground and on rocky ground and things of that nature. Pray that the soil of your heart, your mind, can absorb this, can take this, so that you would grow up strong, and you would produce fruit. So this is where we are. Got anything you want to say? Read that again.
Make no tyrant to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
You're going to die in the day of vengeance. And that's judgment. That'd be judgment on you, Israel. Because you didn't receive what Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai's prophet had warned you of. So therefore, you're going to, that day is going to catch you unexpectedly, because it said it's coming suddenly. You see? You just read in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, a burning great wrath. And the brothers always bring out Revelation 12 and 12. The devil knows that he has a short time. You see? So the time is short, Israel. This is not the time to continue to procrastinate. Try to live your best life now. All right. Close out, my brother.
And with that, I hope you were edified. But before we close out, let's give all honors and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who brought us this 100% truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered across the four corners of the earth. Again, shalom.
Shalom.